The laughter echoed through Harris Corner Diner, sharp and careless, cutting through the quiet hum of early morning. It wasn't happy laughter. It was the kind that makes your shoulders tense before your mind understands why. In the corner booth sat Emily Parker, her hands wrapped tightly around a half-melted milkshake. At 16, she had already learned how to shrink herself to take up as little space as possible. Her left leg was gone, lost in an accident when she was 10. Since then, crutches had become part of her shadow, and silence her shield. That morning silence failed her. Two teenage boys sat nearby, whispering and snickering, glancing her way far too often. Their jokes weren't loud, but they were sharp. Emily stared down at the table, wishing she could disappear into the vinyl seat beneath her. This diner was her escape. One small rebellion against staying home alone while her mother worked double shifts at the hospital, 1 hour of feeling normal. But the world had a way of reminding her she was different. The boys eventually left, their laughter trailing behind them like a bad smell. The diner fell quiet again, but the damage lingered. Emily sat frozen, her chest tight, eyes burning. It wasn't just today. It was every stare, every whisper, every moment she felt like she didn't belong. The waitress Clara noticed immediately. She knelt beside Emily and spoke gently. "Hey, sweetheart. You're safe here." Emily nodded, though tears slipped free anyway. Time passed slowly. Outside, the sky hung low and gray, matching her mood. She didn't know that everything was about to change. The diner door chimed. 5 motorcycles had just pulled up outside, their engines humming softly before going quiet. Inside walked 5 bikers, leather jackets, weathered boots, tired eyes. They looked intimidating at first glance, the kind of men people usually stepped away from. But their leader, Mark Sullivan, had eyes that missed nothing. As they ordered coffee and pie, Mark noticed Emily sitting alone. He leaned toward Clara and asked quietly, "Is that girl okay?" Clara hesitated, then sighed. "Some kids earlier. They were unkind." That was all Mark needed to hear. Without a word, the biker stood and walked toward Emily's booth, not crowding her, not towering over her. Just present, Mark crouched slightly so they were eye level. "Mind if we keep you company?" he asked warmly. Emily blinked in surprise, then nodded. They sat with her, not asking questions she wasn't ready to answer. One of them, Ethan, ordered her a fresh milkshake. Another joked about how diner coffee could fix almost anything. Slowly, the tightness in her chest eased. Mark shared his own story, how an accident years ago had changed his life, how learning to accept help had been harder than the pain itself. "Scars don't mean you're weak," he said softly. "They mean you survived." For the first time in a long while, Emily felt seen, not pitied, not ignored. Just seen. Later, the same boys returned briefly to grab forgotten backpacks. The room grew tense, but nothing happened. Mark simply looked at them, calm and steady. "You don't know what battles people are fighting," he said evenly. "Be better." The boys nodded, embarrassed, and left without a word. When the bikers finally stood to go, Mark smiled at Emily. "Don't let anyone else decide your worth." That day stayed with her. In the weeks that followed, Emily returned to the diner often. She began drawing again, sketching faces, moments, hope. Clara mailed one of her drawings to the bikers' charity group. One evening, the rumble of engines returned. The bikers walked in carrying something special, a custom-designed prosthetic leg, donated through a children's support foundation they worked with. Along its side were engraved 3 simple words. "You are enough," Emily cried openly as the diner applauded. That night, standing beneath the neon glow of Harris Corner Diner, she felt something she hadn't felt in years. Not broken. Not invisible. Whole. Because sometimes kindness doesn't come quietly. Sometimes it walks in wearing leather jackets and chooses to care,